Welcome. In this video, we will discuss a very important topic as well as what has been in news for last 1 year now. In fact, not even last 1 year. Right from the moment this Article 370 was included in the Constitution, there was a heated debate in the Constituent Assembly itself. So this particular Article 370 was abrogated by a reorganization of Jammu and Kashmir Act of 2019. So J&K Reorganization Act. So this particular act actually abrogated or revoked the Article 370 and also again a very contentious Article 35A. So these two important act, Article 370 as well as Article 35A, was revoked by this particular act. Now 5th of August marks the 1 year anniversary of it, so it's a very important time we go back and check what all happened then and what has been the condition right now. So let's begin and see what are the major things. So the details that you have to know that how this particular anniversary was marked is that most of the residents of Srinagar and rural district in Kashmir Valley stayed indoor. So there has been a situation of pandemic, and because of it the movement as itself is restricted, so that the the zone which are like in under containment zone or even the zone which are green zone right now have still some kind of restriction of movement. And from on the top of that, because it marked the anniversary of the major rearrangement of the boundaries or the status of Jammu and Kashmir, the resident decided to stay indoors and the security forces kept a high profile. So there was like lot of security force on the road to discourage any kind of anti-social element to come forward and create any ruckus. So that is one of the thing which was noticed. Then the street of Srinagar were deserted and the police of CRPF reinforced their presence to implement restriction ostensibly because of the COVID-19 outbreak. So these are the few things which how the situation was there in the valley 2 days back, like how they have kind of observed the first anniversary of the reorganization of Jammu and Kashmir. So these are the basic details, not very important, just to get you the context of it. Now let's move into the details which are important from your examination point of view. So the first thing that you have to know is that Supreme Court has been talking about the basically your restriction on 4G internet. So if you know what happened, central government imposed a complete internet shutdown in the erstwhile state of Jammu Kashmir in August 2019. So when they went ahead and abrogated the Article 370 and 35A, central government decided to do a complete shutdown on the internet. Now, for a year now, there has been some kind of partial upliftment on the shutdown, like 3G, 2G services were restored, but there was a question in the Supreme Court or plea in the Supreme Court regarding the future of 4G network. So we are in a present, like the entire country is enjoying the 4G network, which has high speed, which has high bandwidth. So the thing what Supreme Court is asking, that the government has to come up with a plan or a scheme like how they are going to phase out and allow the Kashmiris also to enjoy the services of 4G. Now there was a very important case regarding Anuradha Bhasin. So Anuradha Bhasin case is about the freedom of speech in terms of your internet. Like does this shutdown on the internet cause the loss of freedom of expression and speech, which is a fundamental right? So what the court decided on that yes, internet forms a very important part of the Article 19 of our Constitution, and hence Supreme Court has guided the or so to say advised the central government to form a special committee which should look into how we can restore the 4G services in now the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. So these are again few important things that you have to remember in terms of. So now when you are going for your examination point of view, what you have to understand, read about Article 19, consider, look into the Anuradha Bhasin case, what Supreme Court said in terms of right to freedom and expression on the internet. Like, we have been going more digital, more into the social media platforms day by day. So it's very important that we know what kind of fundamental rights we have over the digital platforms as well. So yeah, go ahead and check all these out. Now let's also see other element, like what exactly was the background, how this was done. So last year in 2019 on August 5th, the center pushed through the key constitutional changes to revoke Article 370. What this Article 370 was about, it's about spatial provision. So if you go into the constitution, you can say that Article 370, and in fact certain part of Article 371 provides spatial provision in terms of states. So many states with the Union of India has a kind of a spatial relationship as compared to other states. So that is Article 370 was also part of it, which provided a special status to Jammu and Kashmir. For an example, it was allowed to have its own constitution. There was restriction on the laws which were passed by the central government to be applied on the state, even the central laws. Then the power of governor was at times overwhelming on the president, and as well as there was some restriction in terms of other acts which are passed by the central government. So these are few things. That's the kind of a special status which was provided for Jammu and Kashmir, and that is all because of the region by accession, instrument of accession. So Kashmir and India signed the instrument of accession back in 1400 and 1949, and that was one of the way, the kind of situation that was there at that time. Indian government in Kashmir, the erstwhile princely state of Kashmir, they kind of come up to an agreement that the communication, defense and foreign affairs would be handled by the central government, and there would be some spatial power provided to the Kashmir. So that was the background on which Article 370 was formed, and last year this Article 370 was revoked by the Act of Parliament. Now it also revoked a very important article in terms of Kashmir. It was Article 35A. Now what Article 35A? Article 35A allowed its legislature to define permanent residents for whom the government job and property ownership were reserved. So Article 35A talks about how to define the residents, like they could define particular residents as the permanent residents, and there they can avail better reservation in terms of government job and property. So in fact there was a thing that women who are getting married outside of the Jammu and Kashmir state, they cannot have any right over the inheritance, over the property in the state. So such kind of law is also abrogated right now. So the 2019 Act of Parliament has done away with Article 370 as well as Article 35A. So these are again a very important achievement which was pushed through that act. Now another, it's called as the Jammu and Kashmir reorganization, which means not only the status but the boundaries itself are reorganized. So instead of Jammu and Kashmir being a state now, it has become a union territory, and the Ladakh has been considered as a different union territory. So if you have following the news, you would have known that the MP of Ladakh has talked about that how the Ladakh was ignored throughout the time, like when they were like very much patriotic and nationalist and all for the India, but Ladakh was like ignored by governments throughout. And this particular government, what they did last year, they provided it a separate area and made it a separate union territory so that more focused effort could be taken. One of the important factor to realize over here, Ladakh is also culturally very different than the Jammu and Kashmir. So it makes more sense to it to be administered in a different sector altogether as a union territory. So this is again one of the major things which was happened last year. Now what will be the implication of this? So if you look at the implication, it says that the central laws which were so far not being able to implement in the Jammu and Kashmir because of the Article 370, they will get the right to be implemented. Very important, like act like your PISA. PISA is about the your local government, your panchayat and your Nagar Palika. All this act which was extended to the scheduled areas back in 2006. It was not, so back in 1996, it was not like considered in the Jammu and Kashmir, but this particular act, the abrogation of Article 370, with practically means that these act will now be part of the Jammu and Kashmir also. Similarly, another very important act, prevention of atrocities against SC and ST, that was not a part of the Jammu and Kashmir legislature earlier, but now it has become like this. The central laws will be enforced in these states as it is enforced in any other state of India. So that is again a very important thing which happened. Now again, if you know, Jammu and Kashmir in its special status also get the right to have its own constitution, to have its own anthem and flag. Now this article 370, when it was revoked, it means that Jammu and Kashmir no longer could have a separate constitution, no longer could have a separate anthem and flag. It's actually one nation, one constitution and one flag. So basically what Shyama Prasad Mukherjee in the history, he talked about Ek Nishan, Ek Vidhan. This is getting implemented right now by the Act of Parliament in 2019. So these are the major details. So now when we are actually into the topic, let's also see how the reorganized maps of India looks like. So if you see over here, this is now Kashmir, this is Jammu, and this is again the whole total is your UT of Jammu and Kashmir, and here this become the UT of Ladakh. So if you see again, very recently there are news about how the Pakistan has created a new map which included these part of India as parts of Pakistan. But if you see over here, what it actually says that it came as the retaliation because the Indian map also showed the Gilgit Balochistan, which is Pakistan occupied Kashmir, as part of India, which India has always been consistent with, that Pakistan occupied Kashmir is also an integral part of India, and because of the ceasefire agreement which was signed, they have not been pushing forward but they consider it as a part of India. Similar thing is said for the Askai Chin also over here. With China, though China did get into the territory, India still considered it as a territory of India only. So these are the few things that you have to know. I hope you have understood this video. If you have any doubt regarding any concept, feel free to comment, and I hope you share this video. Thank you.